Anyway, what's up, peep? This is Brandon with Legends Gaming today, and we're bringing you a Vanguard deck profile. What profile is it, Cameraman?
Well, it's a Zorga deck profile, as you can see.
Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. Anyway, let's start with the ride deck, shall we? First, your starter is Dream Niblin. Same with every other Overdrive starter right now. When this card is ridden upon, if you went second, you get to draw a card. Nice. Now for the more fun stuff, our grade 1 is Rancor Chain. First effect is when on Vanguard, once per turn, you can Soul Blast 1 to draw 2 cards, and then you choose one order card from your hand and discard it. If you don't discard, then you get to choose 2 regular cards from your hand and discard them instead. Nice. Second card is Black Tears Husk Dragon. 2 skills again. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, choose up to 1 normal order from your drop zone and put it into your hand, which is pretty nice. Yeah, just lets you grab. You can usually discard an order for your ride line cost, or if you discarded one off Rancor Chain, you want to get it back. It's quite nice. It helps you reset your hand a little bit. And then also on rear guard, if you played an order this turn, it gains 5k, which is nice. And then finally, the boss unit of the deck, Mysterious Rain Spiritualist Zorga. Vanguard skill. When you would play a normal order, you can bind a normal order with a different name from your drop zone and Alchemagic. So Alchemagic, Cameron, do you know what Alchemagic is?
It would be better if you explain it.
That's good. I will explain Alchemagic to Cameraman, only for Cameraman, because everyone else knows. So Cameraman, the order that you bind, you get to effectively stitch the, you have to pay the cost for that, but then you get to stitch the text of that order onto the bottom of your the first order you play. So you get to use both their skills together.
Oh, that's illegal, but you
It's
can
not
only
illegal.
once per turn.
No, but see, that's the trick. It's magic.
It's
Alchemagic. Yeah. And then its second skill for Zorga is once per turn, you can counterblast 1, choose a card from your drop zone, and call it to rear guard. So that has to be a unit. You can't just call orders to rear guard. That would be silly.
You were saying character.
But it says card on the card. Did I say character?
You were about to. You were like,
Dang, you distracted me. All right, hands out of the shot. So that's for the ride line. Now for the rest of the effects. First, we have 3 more copies of Zorga for the Persona Ride, for those who don't recall. Like Cameraman over here, Persona Ride is when you get to ride on top of that unit with the same card. Your whole front row gains 10k for the turn, and you get to draw a card. Persona Riding is very, very, very important. So important, in fact, that I run 1 copy of Hydro Rail Dragon. Hydro Rail Dragon skill is when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, I can retire this unit and then choose a grade 3 from my drop and put it into my hand. What grade 3 do I grab, Cameraman?
you want to grab that grade 3?
Get that Zorga, baby!
Got that Zorga?
We get that Zorga for that Persona Ride. That's all I have for grade 3s. Next, move on to the grade 2s. Next, I play for Hendrina. She has 2 skills that are important. First, when this unit is placed on rear guard, I can mill 3 cards from the top of my deck. So help set up your graveyard, gets you cards in there for Alchemagic. Second is I can retire this unit, and then when I would pay the soul cost for an Alchemagic, once for the rest of this turn, I don't have to. She pays it for me, which is nice.
That's important because Zorga, you don't have any good way to soul charge, I believe.
Yeah, you don't have too many good ways to soul charge for Zorga, outside of just Persona Riding. And you do have a couple skills that want soul. So she's good, very, very good. Next is kind of the finisher for the deck. We have 2 copies of Fleet Swallower, one of my favorite new cards from set 2. When this unit attacks, if I Alchemagic an order this turn, I can Soul Blast 1, and until the end of this turn, I get 5,000. And then, when my opponent would call a card to guard from hand, they must call 2 cards. It's pretty good.
Pretty nice pressure card.
Very nice pressure card. Forces out 2 cards. You can't just PG this. You would need to PG, discard a card, and then put down another card as well. So it definitely pulls cards out of hand. Next, for grade 1s, I have 3 copies of Rogue Headhunter. Like Hendrina before him, when he's placed for the turn, I can reduce a cost of Alchemagic by 1 counterblast, which is quite nice. So sometimes I just get to play between Hendrina and him. I don't have to pay any costs for my Alchemagic. He also has a second effect that helps him as a booster. If you played an order this turn, he gets an extra 5, so a nice 13k booster.
Why do you only play 3?
I play 3 just because I was trying to tech in another card I'll show off in just a moment. And our Tech-in grade 1 is Fairy of Tragic Love. Aww. Fairy on rear guard, when this unit attack boosted, when this unit, sorry, try again. Aww. I was so touched by the love, you see. When the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard, the cost, I get to bind this unit and then choose an order from my bind zone and put it to my hand. So it lets me recycle some orders I've used before. I wanted to try it out this time.
That's neat.
It's neat, yeah. In case you don't have enough orders in hand or both copies of some good orders have already disappeared, it's a nice card to try out. And then finally for grade 1s, we play 4 copies of our Perfect Guard. What do Perfect Guards do, Cameraman?
Well, you ditch a card and then the attack won't be hit until the end of the battle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And since it's the set 1 Perfect Guard, if I have 2 or less cards in hand, I don't even need to pitch for the cost. It's pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. And the art's great on that card. I love how this card looks. Next up are triggers, so we'll go over this one pretty quick. So we are currently playing 4 heals, 3 of the new front trigger, that if both you and your opponent are at grade 3, gains an extra 5k shield, making it a 20k guard. 8 critical triggers. Zorga can't really multiple attack, so Zorga definitely needs to push out extra damage when it can, thus the 8 criticals. And our over trigger for Stoicheia. Stoicheia's over trigger is interesting in that it lets you have every single trigger effect on offense if it's checked. So I get to draw a card, I get to use a front ability, I get to give a crit somewhere, and I get to heal a damage. It's all pretty good.
The most balanced over trigger.
Very balanced. It is. Yeah, so that's trigger lineup for the deck.
So when do you play any draw?
I don't play any draw, just because a lot of times you'll just draw into an order, which if you need the extra shield is not good, because you can't guard with orders. That is essential to note, by the way. You cannot guard with orders. Yet. That might be coming, though. Now for the fun part, the orders. Haha, these are the things you'll be alchemagicking. So first, I play 3 copies of Spiritual Body Condensation. In order to play this card, I need to Soul Blast 1. Then I choose a card with grade equal to or less than my Vanguard from my drop zone and call it to rear guard, and then the card gains 5k. Pretty good. Revives a unit, gives it a boost. We like that. Very good. Order you like to see often. Now for a more interesting version of that one, I have Regurgitation. Regurgitation from the Underworld. To play this order, I need to Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Ooh, it's getting a little heavy now. So, I choose any player's rear guard and retire it. Then, I choose up to 1 card with the same grade as the unit retired from my drop zone and call it to rear guard. If this card is used as a part of Alchemagic, however, I can choose 2 units, which is very, very nice. So it lets me recycle a lot of cards. I can sack Hendrina, play this, pop a grade 2, and then bring back Hendrina and another beater. That's one reason why we also play Hydro Rail, in case I blow up a grade 3. Then I have a grade 3 target and drop I can grab. But it's good. I like this card quite a bit. It can be a little extra costed, and not gaining any power from it makes me not want to play more than 2 of it, but it's very nice for spot removal. Next, the other fave order. 3 copies of Grief, Despair, and Rejection. So in order to play this order, I need to pay the cost of Counterblast 1. Then, if my Vanguard is Mysterious Rain Spiritualist Zorga, which it will be, I get to choose 3 of my units, and they gain 10k until the end of the turn. So it's a big, big power pump. Makes your board hit great numbers, acts as if you did a second Persona ride. Does good. Does very good for the deck.
When you Persona ride.
Yeah, because I can, especially getting to put the power on things like Shark, because then Shark just gets very, very big.
No one like big shark.
I like big sharks. Well, in this deck. In real life, sharks are scary.
We watch Jaws, we know.
We don't watch Jaws. We stay away from that. I like to live. All right, 2 more to go. First, Cursed Soul Squirming in Agony. Very pleasant deck, man. Play this with the cost of Soul Blast 2. Look at 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 unit card from among them and call it to rear guard, and then I discard the rest. If, however, I used Alchemagic to play this order, then I call 2 cards instead of just 1. And then all the rear guards I called gain 5. Which is pretty good. It lets you mill through the deck a little bit early, so I like to see this early. I usually will never want to pay that full Soul Blast 2. If I'm going to play this card, it has to be paired with Hendrina, which is one reason why we play 4 Hendrina instead of 3 Hendrina and 3 of this.
Good point.
Yeah. And then our final order is a new one that I've also been enjoying. It is Nectar of Sensationalism. Ooh. First of all, look at how sensational he is. Shirtless Zorga showing off for everyone else. Choose one of my rear guards, and until the end of the turn, it gets 5,000 for every 5 cards in my drop. Now, Cameraman, I do a lot of milling in this deck. What on average do you think I have in my drop zone?
Like around like 5 to 10.
5 to 10? Sometimes even 15, I've noticed. Sometimes a lot, but that's when I've been greedy and not a very good player. But yeah, usually I'd say you get about 10 to 20. So this card lets me get 5,000 for every 5 in drop. And if my drop zone is 15 or more, I also get to give that card a critical.
Ooh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, this card is very much, oh look, Shark is on the board. We will win with this and Shark. So it's good. It's quite good. All right, peeps, this is the full Zorga deck list, once again, for the lovely screenshot that you need to take. Anyway, this is one of my favorite decks for Overdress. I really, really love the ability to do double orders. I really find the self-milling to be very fun. Just a very unique deck and playstyle. So yeah, anyway, any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in that section down below where you use that button. Yeah, you feel like and subscribe. And yeah, anyway, check you out next time, peeps. Out.